eyes as if everything had blacked out. It was in those days that we had this opportunity of traveling towards Thiruvannamalai. And when we reached Thiruvannamalai, it was I think in 2012, we went to Thiruvannamalai. Have you all been there? You know of the place? Because I should not be talking of some place which is Greek and Latin to you. So we went to Thiruvannamalai. And there, this was our first visit. There was a sadhu we interacted with. And this was at 9 o'clock in the night. He suddenly, out of the blue, he was sitting within a small kind of a temple, very small. And we had gone to the temple, going around doing a pradakshina. And suddenly I hear him saying, "Inge va." You all understand Tamil also, right? So I turned around and saw within that is this sadhu sitting there. So we bent and went and sat near him. And the first sentence which he starts talking is about Swami. Avartan Kali Yuga Avatar. He is the embodiment of love. If there is love which walked on earth, it was Sathya Sai, he said. Rumba miss pandriya avara. Are you missing him a lot? Then he says, "See through my fingers." And he was showing me the hill, Arunachala. He says, "Look through the fingers." You look through his fingers, you can see the Jyoti on the hill. He removes his fingers, you can't see the Jyoti on the hill. So I thought this is some magic happening. So I didn't want to be party to it. I want to run away from there. Then he says, "Anda Jyoti tha Swami. Anda Jyoti tha Sathya Sai." Then he went on to say, he didn't allow us to come to him. You are all so fortunate you were able to go there and have his darshan. How many times we tried to go there, he had prevented us from coming. But he grants us darshan here. When I heard him, I started crying. Imagine a sadhu like that, a great ascetic, who must have done so much of penance, who must have yearned for God day in and day out. He was not allowed to come. And we, at least I can talk about myself, we are allowed to come. We are allowed to be there. We are allowed to touch him. We are allowed to see him. We are allowed to witness him. All this happens for us. And these are those great souls who never had that opportunity. We had this head priest of the Kashi Vishwanatheshwara temple who came to Whitefield a couple of years ago. And he is supposed to be in the lineage of the priests who are allowed to do the Shivaratri Abhishekam of the Kashi Vishwanatheshwara Lingam. So he's one of those senior most priests of the Kashi temple. He was there in the ashram, and he came that evening, and as he was entering the ashram, somebody from the government escorted him, and as he was coming towards Trai Mandir, which is Bhagwan's abode in Vrindavan, मैं एक 15-20 मिनट रुक के फिर मुझे चलना है, हम अंदर आके विराजमान होते हैं, he said. So we said yes, because he's a great soul. We said any guest who comes has to be welcomed. So we took him in, made him sit there for the puja. This was around 6:30, 6:40 in the evening. This person sat through the puja. 7 o'clock over, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, continues to sit there. We had to wind up the mandir. Our people there started cleaning the rest of the mandir. We wound up the altar, because there is a discipline in Swami's place, in the abode especially. It is not open to public generally. So we started winding up, and then we were all waiting there, wondering what to do. This man is lost. He's closed his eyes. He's gone into a trance or something. He's just seated there. And then at 9 o'clock in the night, he opens his eyes. Then he comes out. I was standing outside because I was hungry. So I was waiting outside. So he comes out. And then he says, "तुम काशी आए हो क्या?" I said, "अभी तक तो नहीं आया. मत आओ. यही है काशी." He says, the experience which I have when I do the Rudrabhishekam on Shivratri day to the Kashi Vishwanatheshwara Lingam, I got that experience today sitting in this mandir. And he started crying. Itne saal ho gaye, I have not been able to come to this punyasthan. He said, Bhagwan ne avkash hi nahi diya. 7 generations they have been praying to the Lord in Kashi. He was not allowed to come there. We, 7 seconds we can't keep our mind still.